Come on, girls. Go ahead. Go potty. Welcome to another episode of Class Haven Farms. So what have we got going on today? Well, obviously, so you can see chores are going to be a little different today. So I figured I'd take you guys along with me, show you how I've been doing my chores here for the last week or so, and kind of update you on some stuff that we got going on here at Class Haven Farms. So if this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Andy and this is Class Haven Farms. So as you can see, chores and doing stuff here on the farm has shown to be a little bit more interesting here lately. So to kind of update you guys, some of you know this, but May of 2023, I got hurt at work. And this is still dealing with that injury. Now, I can't go into a lot of details on that because obviously, since it happened at work, it's workers' comp and there's a bunch of stuff to it. So one day I'll be able to talk to you guys about it. And I plan on talking to you guys about it in full, but it is not that day right now. So the good news is I'm only off of this for 3 weeks. And hopefully this will be the last time that I have to go through this. So the plan this morning is to take my motorized wheelchair here and use this to go take care of the goats and take care of the egg layers and get me moved around. So let's get that done because they're hungry and they're ready to get their eggs picked up. So you can see how chores have been fun. It was really good when this first happened. So like I said, I got to stay off of it for 3 weeks. My dad came in and stayed with me for almost the first week almost. And that was a big help because he was doing a lot of this stuff. And then when the kids were with me, they were doing a lot of this stuff too. But the kids haven't been with me for a week now. They are on vacation with their mom, so I think the lily tamer is supposed to come back to me tomorrow, so that'll be a big help, and she can do a bunch of this stuff, and then later on in the weekend, the lily tamer will leave, and then the chicken whisperer will come in, and he'll be here. So they're a big help. They've definitely been texting me and checking on me and making sure I'm okay. But it's just one of those things, man. No matter what, the animal's got to be fed. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you're hurt. Doesn't matter if you're sick. Doesn't matter. And when you're a single dad like me and doing everything on your own, well, you definitely just got to figure out a way to do it. I'm gonna have to do a voiceover here because I didn't realize that my microphone wasn't recording. But what I have going on now is I'm getting some hay out for the goats. So I had to get 20 square bales of hay, and I'm kind of giving a shout out to my neighbor Kevin. Prior to me having this procedure done to my ankle, the game plan was to move the goats over to basically where the tractor and the carry-on trailer are right now. And I had 21 chickens to process. I had a bunch of stuff going on. So, needless to say, I didn't get the goats moved. And as a result of that, I knew I was going to have to pick up some hay. So, I have another buddy, Kevin, that does hay on the side. So, I contacted him. He had 20 square bales that I could get from him. So, my neighbor, Kevin, was a big help. He came over and grabbed the carry on one afternoon and went down there and picked up 20 square bales for me and brought it back. And then him and my dad ended up putting this tarp over top of the hay. So just kind of wanted to give a big shout out to him. It was definitely something that I needed to get done, and I just couldn't get it done. I'd already had the procedure done. So I'll go ahead and get this hay out of this covered area here and then take it down to the goats, and we'll keep moving on. So that's the goats taken care of. But while I'm here, I thought I would show you guys what they've done to this hillside. Now, this hillside I'm getting ready to show you is that of the grease pit, which I think there was a short video that I did on this when I first moved them on here. And now at this point, it's been 3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks since I moved them here. So I'll try to link that short video up here at the top so you can see it. But this is what it looks like now. There's a grease pit, which once I can get back on my feet and get doing stuff, I'm going to use this for the first time with the Duramax. And I talked to my neighbor Kevin, told him to come over here and watch me as I drive onto this. If this is the first time you've ever seen this. So this is a grease pit that was here when I bought my house. And this was made into the hillside in order for you to take your vehicle. You can drive it right up onto here, and then you can get underneath and change your oil and do all that. It even has electric here, so if you need to use a drop light or anything like that, you can. But these guys are just absolute machines. Probably one of the things, and some of you have probably noticed it in the background of my videos, I have a lot of hills here on this property, and with this injury to my ankle, I wasn't able to keep up trimming this stuff back. And this is what happens when you let it get out of hand. This is what happens when you can't use a weed eater to keep your hills cut back. So the game plan is to move the goats onto this next section up to where this poplar tree is and fence it off, and then move them here. So the hay wagon would just get moved up to where the carry-on trailer is with all the hay. And then the good thing is all that hay that I have, I can actually put in the barn, and then I'll have it for the wintertime. I normally don't feed the goats any hay this time of year because I'm moving them every 2 weeks on all this vegetation that I got, and they just do a phenomenal job. Now, those of you that are interested in goats and doing this, one thing you need to understand, I'm not too worried about it with this apple tree because all the apple trees on this property, they were never sprayed, they were never maintained and taken care of, so they have a lot of disease and blight in them. But you can see they're peeling the bark off, and that's what they do. So one thing you got to understand with goats, while they are excellent EV lawnmowers, they can also get into some stuff that you probably don't want them to get into, so you just got to make sure you're aware of that. But these guys, man, they really impress me. They really impress me. Look, giving me the side eye there. And you can see they're over there with their fresh hay and one of their hay feeders that I picked up from Marble Trading Post. So shout out to Greg and those guys and gals over at Marble Trading Post, hooking me up with these old school hay feeders. So I definitely, these are something that I'm looking at putting in the barn, but for right now they'll be perfect for using out here, especially when I have a hard time getting moved around. So let's go ahead and get these guys buttoned up, and I will go over and take care of the egg layers. Well, girls love their grub terra. As you guys know, if you look down in the description, there's a link for that. It's an affiliate link for us that helps us. So if you make a purchase, click that link. You can also use the discount code of HAVEN, H-A-V-E-N. That'll get you 10% off, and will help the channel out. So first thing I always do with my girls and my egg layers is they get their grub terra worms, and they look for it. I guess they've gotten used to hearing the zero turn, so now it used to be when I walked out here, now when they hear the zero turn and I come around the corner, they get all excited, which look, here comes Pickles, the OG of the hen yard. There's Pickles right there. She's the tan one. Right there is Pickles, and there's good old Ethel, man. Still got Ethel. Ethel's still there. But yeah, the other night I went down to cut the field because I can do that. And these guys, I came around the corner with the zero turn, and they got all excited, like, "Oh, here he comes!" And I was like, "Nope, sorry, I'm going to go cut the field." On a side note, Aaron, if you're watching this, I'm pretty sure that's probably one of your kids' pumpkins. So as some of you guys know, we use this hill here. The kids and I call it Pumpkin Hill, and we roll our pumpkins down. Last year, the old garden was there, and a neighbor helped me rip it all out. Big shout out to Adam for that. Appreciate his help on that. And as a result, we burned everything that was there. So I really need to go through it because there's a little bit of stuff there still left to burn, but most of it is all metal from the fence. And I have noticed that we now have some rogue pumpkins growing, and it definitely looks like when I came up the hill there is one pumpkin growing on the vine. So that's pretty cool. So I know Chicken Whisperer is all happy about that, because with everything going on with my ankle and with baseball and all that, definitely didn't have time to do a garden this year. It's like an ongoing thing. It's always something. Last year it was my ankle. This year it's the ankle and baseball. So let me go in here, grab the eggs for these guys. Looks like they need some water and they need some feed, and I'll take care of that. And that's going to wrap this video up. So if you like this kind of stuff, follow us along. Again, you know, single dad starting over after divorce, and got my little 6-acre plus homestead here, and just kind of doing my thing and trying to put videos up at least once a week. I really like to be able to start doing more, but that would involve me to not work all the extra stuff that I work to try to pay everything off that comes along with the divorce. But we'll see. But I figured bring you guys along. It definitely takes a lot longer doing chores right now, and especially setting up cameras. It takes a while to do it, but I figured this would be a good time to kind of bring you guys up to speed on some of the stuff I got going on and how I tackle it. So I think that's one thing I've learned in the last 3 years in this journey that I'm on. If it doesn't suck, I don't want to do it. Plain and simple. And while some people would be all upset about their ankle and frustrated, don't get me wrong, it gets me down too, but I ain't gonna sit in that house and whine about it. I got to get up. I mean, these guys depend on me. It's not their fault that I got hurt at work. That's not their problem. Their problem is I need to take care of them. So if you like this kind of stuff, follow us along. Give me a like, subscribe to the channel, share it, and you can also follow us along on Facebook and Instagram if you have those outlets. So as always, I'll see you on the next one.